It's a new season of Broken Pen, bigger stories, mind-boggling stories actually. My name is Daphne Flashley and I will be your pilot for this entire season of Broken Pen. Now what do I mean when I say pilot? Well, I'm here to take you and land you safely. Land you safely because you are going to be mind blown with the stories that we're going to discuss about. Remember, these are real life situations, people who genuinely need our help, and so we do not take this show lightly at all because for some reason we've been trusted. Okay, and they've trusted us with their stories, and we get to advise them. Now, we don't get to do this alone, or I don't get to do this alone. I have people in the studios with me. I expect, okay. Now, this season of Broken Pen, we're not just bringing in guests; we're bringing guests with experiences, guests who have been there. We're bringing in psychologists, men of God, people who will talk about the story and not just discuss about it, get to advise you. So I promise you that this season is a must stay season, okay? Now, the big question that I have for you today is what happens when the person you love turns to someone else for emotional safety and suddenly your place in their life feels uncertain? And at what point does friendship start to feel like a threat? That is the big question I have for you today. So you're in a relationship with someone, everything about the relationship is going on very, very well, but all of a sudden this person turns to someone else for emotional safety, and you're asking yourself, when did this relationship turn into this way, and how did I become a stranger in their story? Because one part of relationship that I really admire is the fact that your partner becomes your safe space. So imagine you have a partner and you're not their safe space anymore and you get to question everything. Yes, this is the big conversation that we'll be having today. Now, you're welcome to Broken Pen on MX24 TV and join the conversation online on MX24 GH using the hashtag Broken Pen. One more time, my name is Daphne Flashley, and you can also share your thoughts on WhatsApp on 055 033 1511. That's 055 033 055 033 1511. Before we begin, right, there is a place. We're talking about safe spaces, right? There's a safe space when it comes to money, and I'm talking about Telecel Cash, okay? So let me put you and let me plug you on Telecel Cash. Now, if you're looking for a place where you can put your money and it's safe, it's secure, and you're not going to have any conversations, you're not going to call them and say, I put this much in there, and then, 10 CD is out, and this and this and that, definitely is Telecel Cash. So join the Telecel Cash family today because number one, your money is protected every step of the way. Number two, there's no risk, and also there is no worries. Also, there's no long stories, just peace of mind. Okay, with Telecel Cash is the safer choice. What do they say? Just send it. Keke. Let's get into a story for today. But before that, I'm going to introduce the hosts that we have in the studio. They came in fired up. When I say fired up, they came in so fired up. There were conversations that was had. I was feeling left side. I say, is it you that you are coming to do the show? Am I the guest and you put the? Please, you are not taking my show for me. Period. Let's get into it now. We're starting and we're getting into it with the beautiful Rufina. Dimboey, Pwawuvi.
Hi, girl.
Ah, God. Okay. I got
Hi,
it
girl.
right.
Yes,
See,
you
when I
did.
finish reading it, I say, hey,
You did.
let me pause. And ladies and gentlemen, she's actually, apart from me, that when I mention my name, people ask, are you Ghanaian? For the first time in my life, I asked someone that question, are you Ghanaian?
Yes,
You've
I am.
overtaken me.
Yes, I am.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have here in the studios a professional master of ceremonies. We have MC Mikay. Yes, sir.
The
How are
ladies are
you?
clocking it, and then we are doing the
Yeah,
yes.
you're living the clock it first. But have you tried clock it before?
Oh yeah, I mean, not the Gen Zs are clocking
Actually,
it.
I heard that it's not even like this.
It's like how?
If you're doing like this, you are showing weakness.
Okay.
It's like this.
I tell you, somebody just drew my attention to it
It's
yesterday. And I was like, no,
this.
it's not
You
true.
see?
Oh, wow.
I said it wasn't true. I was arguing.
It's actually like this.
Oh, for you?
Yes.
Wow.
So we have here with us MC Mikay, and then we also have Rufina Dimboey Pwawuvi, and she's a communications professional. I'm telling you that in the next 1 hour, we are going to dissect into a story that is important to us. a story that I can't fathom. When I read it, I say, hey, imagine in my own relationship, my safe space is shaking. Because instead of my partner to confide in me, he's deciding to confide in someone else. What did I do wrong? The devil is against my life at this point. So let's get into the story. But before we get into it, okay, we're going to quickly read the story because we need to hear the side of the stories. But for the first time on Broken Pen, right? The woman didn't write the story alone. I said he was going through Instagram and saw that, hey, this story that this man is reading there, it trim you. It looks like it's mine. And then he realized that this is actually his story.
Okay.
So for the first time, he actually wrote a reply.
Okay.
And so we are going to. I love where this conversation is going. We're going to look at both. First, we're going to look at the woman's point of view,
Okay.
and then his point of view.
Okay.
And we're going to take a look at both sides. So are you ready?
Yes,
The
sir.
title of today's episode is Midnight Selfies.
Right.
Midnight selfies. Who takes selfies at midnight? Let's get into the story, ladies and gentlemen, quickly. Let's quickly do this, okay? So we're starting with a lady's story. Now she says, my name is Selena. I'm only 28 years old and I'm mentally worn out at this point. I've been with Daniel, who is 32, for almost 4 years now. We've been serious from the start and we've talked many times about getting married and building a future together. Now, as a young woman or as a young Ghanaian woman, that means a lot to me. I've invested time, energy, and love into this relationship, and I really believed he was the one. Marriage isn't a topic that you play with, so it made me see our relationship as very serious. But recently, things have started to feel off. I've noticed changes in how Daniel behaves, especially when it comes to his best friend, Sandra. They've been close since university. I've never tried to come between them, and I've even met her a few times. She's always been polite, but I wouldn't say we're close because I never thought we needed a third wheel in our relationship. But lately, though, I've seen some red flags. Now, Daniel always answers her calls quickly, and whenever she texts him, he lights up. But if I ask about hair, he brushes it off or changes the subject. A few weeks ago, I did something I'm not proud of. I went through their message, and what I saw left me feeling confused and really hurt. They were late night texting from each other, and it was like, I miss our talks like before, or you will always know how to make me smile. He'll reply with things like, don't get me into trouble with my madam, or Selena, or Selena will get you. In one message, she sent him a selfie and wrote, guess where I am? He replied with a winking emoji and said, somewhere I'm not, which means you're going to be lonely. Hey! There's nothing in the chats that outright proves something is going on, but the tone felt off, too playful, too familiar, like they were hiding behind jokes and old memories to say things they couldn't say directly. And what bothered me most was how careful he seemed, as if he didn't want me to see how much they talked. When I confronted him, he didn't even try to explain properly. He got defensive and angry, saying I had no right to check his phone and that I was being paranoid. He brushed everything off as harmless chit chat and told me I was overreacting. Since then, he's been acting cold and distant, and I don't know where we stand anymore. I've been asking myself if I'm just being too insecure or if I'm trying too hard to ignore something that's clearly there. Part of me wants to reach out to Sandra directly, woman to woman, but I'm afraid it will make things worse or turn mercy. And if I bring it up to Daniel again, I know he'll just say I'm imagining things. I'm really struggling because this is gas. It's okay. Let me continue. I'm really struggling because 4 years is not a small thing. I've stayed because I love him, because of everything we've shared, and because I believe in the future we planned. Marriage was always part of the picture, and in our society, people expect women to be patient and loyal even when things get uncomfortable. But right now, I don't feel secure in my own relationship. I love him, but I feel like I'm slowly being pushed out. I don't know if I should stay and fight for us or finally admit that something isn't right. Please help me fix my broken pen. Yes, pen Nibu. Say we should help her fix it. Now, Oga Daniel, I don't know if he follows MX24, if a little birdie whispered to him. He was going through social media and then he read a story and said, this is me. So this is what Daniel had to say. He said, so last week I realized my girlfriend Selena sent out a story to you. I've read it and honestly, I feel like I need to tell my side too because she left out a lot of details. My name is Daniel. I'm 32 years old. And yes, I've been with Selena for 4 years now. We've been serious. And I've told her many times that marriage is in the picture. But if I'm being honest, the relationship hasn't been as perfect as she makes it sound. Selena is a good woman. But sometimes I feel like she doesn't really see me. She's always so focused on her work, her friends, and her own routines that I end up feeling like I'm not a priority. That's where Sandra came in. Now, Sandra has been my best friend since university, and she just gets me in a way Selena sometimes doesn't. She checks in, she listens, and she's been there long before Selena. Now, about those chats Selena went through, were they playful? Yes. Did I joke with Sandra? Of course. But what Selena failed to say is that those messages were nothing compared to the distance I've been feeling from her. I don't think it's fair for her to paint me as some villain when she doesn't really ask herself why I find it easier to open up to someone else. What really hurts me is the way she snooped through my phone. That broke my trust. Instead of talking to me directly, she went behind my back and now she's acting like the victim. How am I supposed to feel safe in a relationship where my privacy isn't respected? Poo. Do I love Selena? Yes, I do. Do I still want to marry her? I've said it before and I mean it. But right now, I'm confused. Should I be with someone who doesn't trust me, who makes me feel accused for every female friend I have, or should I feel cut off? Or should I cut off Sandra, even though she's never wronged me, just to keep the peace? I feel like Selena wants me to choose, but why should I lose a friend just to prove I'm faithful? Isn't trust supposed to go both ways? So tell me, am I wrong for holding on to my friendship? Should I end it with Sandra just to keep Selena happy? Or should I walk away from a relationship that makes me feel like I'm always on trial? Bang, bang, bang. So this is it. Served to you. Hot, hot. Sizzling. Let's dive right into it. Let's get into Sandra's own first. Sandra had a lot to say. What do you think?
So first off, it appears that the relationship was quite okay for a while.
Okay.
And at a point, then the best friend, who used not to be very active, is now a part of the relationship. And that is where I feel the problem is. Yes. And so if that is the case, I would expect Daniel, right?
Daniel,
just
Uncle
to,
Daniel.
yes. First off, I mean, it means that there are underlying issues that need to be talked about. I mean, the whole story, because we have both sides of the story. However, if all of a sudden you become emotionally dependent on one person who you used not to be dependent on, it becomes very obvious, in my opinion. The other person realizes that you no longer talk to me. You're talking to this person. You're lighting up anytime you see a text or call from the person. It's like that person is your emotional safety. You'd rather talk to the person than talk to me. Obviously, I'll feel some type of way about it. Yeah, and if I ask you, every time I bring it up, you brush it off, then you're only just increasing my insecurity and my suspicions.
Definitely.
I wouldn't advise going through his phone, but I totally understand why she would do that. Because you're not being forthcoming. You're not opening up about the circumstances, what you're talking about, what is so exciting that every time she hits you up, you want to see. So I want to see for myself and just be able to ascertain whether or not I'm overthinking it or it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
But for me, the issue I think is that we should respect the emotions of our partners. It's very important. It's very critical. I want to say, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that we mostly depend on our partners emotionally.
That's very true.
And so where you feel that there's a shift, there's a break, the partner just needs to reassure you.
Yeah.
Even as Christians, the word of God in the Bible reassures us about the love of God. Now you, Daniel, you can't reassure me.
Yeah.
You can't reassure me.
Straight bullet, so.
You can't reassure me.
Right,
Yeah, you're
right.
just, leaving me to my faith and I have to figure things out. I think that is too much for one person.
That is such a weird space to be in.
Yeah.
To be in a weird space where you are figuring out. The moment I start to figure out where I am in your life, see, take yourself. That's me.
It can be very confusing,
It can be very confusing. And it eats into yourself, you look at yourself yourself and you're like, what am I? Like, you're confused about yourself. But let's get straight to you, MC. How far is too far? When does boundaries need to set in when it comes to friendship? Especially friendships that have partners. Yeah.
I think that boundaries are very, very important. I mean, extremely important. People should know their place.
Yeah.
You should know where to put people at every point of time in your life. Now, no matter how close your best friend was, she still won't fit in the place of your girlfriend, no matter how close. Now, even when it comes to our parents, I mean, once you get to a certain commitment with somebody, your parent doesn't even come into that space. That is not to say that your parents do not have a say or your parents are not going to be there or whatever. But you have decided to take on a life with somebody. And so your first go-to person is that person even before your mother or your father. That is it. So Daniel missing it out on the fact that he had to draw the line. He had to know when this person comes in. And when we talk about drawing line, it goes as far as what time we even talk. People should learn when to open messages. At times you see a message at an odd. That's why we have something we call odd hours. That's why we have something like that.
Yeah.
But in as much as I am saying all of these, I think there's an aspect of the story that the two of them are not getting right, and that is communication.
Period.
Now, the life wire of every relationship is communication. I'm saying this because Daniel has issues that might, quote and unquote, we shouldn't ignore. Reason being that he's saying that one person, which is Selena, is emotionally absent. The question is it really true that Selena is emotionally absent? Now, if Selena is emotionally absent, have they spoken about it? If you've brought forth your concerns, my dear, you've not been there lately. I want somebody to talk to. I want somebody, because the thing with men is, you see, men, our emotional issues are crazy. We act all strong outside, but there's one woman that you want to be able to be safe with. That one woman you want to be able to run to, because you are strong out there and all of that. So if Selena is not there, two wrongs do not make a right. So Daniel is still not right. Going to the ex. The best thing was for you to find your way back into your partner's space and get her to be that one person that you can cry out to, talk to, and all of that. So both of them, they need to talk. There has to be some sort of, and there has to be transparency when it comes to having some sort of best friend. And there's nothing wrong with Selena going through Daniel's phone. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
I personally feel like, what are you hiding?
Guys, looks like we have a secure man in the building.
No, the question is, what are you hiding?
Yeah.
Right.
Why shouldn't your partner, well, you see, I feel like it shouldn't be like you pick my phone and you are doing a research, looking for what to find. It shouldn't be the case. But it shouldn't also be that your partner cannot go through your phone.
Okay.
Like, can I say, like, oh, can I quickly get your phone to do this? Can I quickly use your phone to call someone?
People are so serious that passwords are on, then they have privacy
And fingerprints.
And face recognition.
Like, what is there to hide? Because like she said, reassurance is part. And for women, it works. Women need reaffirmation. You need to. That's why a woman can. One time, one of my guys, we were talking, and then he was like, the wife woke him up at dawn and asked him, do you love me? My worry, like, like we are married, we have kids. Then you wake me up and ask me, do you love me?
Do you love
like,
me?
what again?
I married you.
Like, I married you, like I'm there for you, like I have kids with you.
Right.
And you asked me, and he said the question was asked around 11 p.m. and he answered around 5 a.m.
How did he go back to sleep?
So that's a whole,
I don't know.
So many
I don't know whether,
Yeah.
well, maybe during those hours they had to keep explaining, and finally,
That's expected.
You get it.
Yeah.
So that is it. But there's also an aspect of the story that I think that it has to be addressed. Now, if you say you want to marry somebody, you guys have done 4 years. It's only been a conversation. What are the plans?
What are the plans?
Have you guys taken a step? Are we seeing a date? Are we seeing next year? Because if you just say that I am with you, I want to marry you. Oh, I will marry you. Oh, I will marry you. Child, I will marry you. Go for 7 years, 10 years.
I tell you.
10 years. Bachelor's degree.
You get it.
Master's,
So
PhD.
we should know. I will marry you, no. How far?
Yeah.
And Selena should not, she said something about society. Charlie, she shouldn't do society.
Bro.
People do not care like that.
Bro.
If you feel that, Charlie, you are not safe anymore and you want to walk out, fine.
Yeah.
If you feel that you want to stay, fine. But let's not do what society will say, what somebody will not say. And then, because I say that if you have 2 weeks more to marry somebody, and for some reason you feel like, Charlie, that thing, and far, pull away. That's what I think.
Yeah. Have you been in a situation before? I know you're married now, so can I bring up past
Oh yeah, you can bring up.
Mrs. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, but have you been in a situation before where you're with someone, you love the person, next week it is the L has erased, it's left with OVE. Then the next week it's now left with VE. The next week it's left with E, then nothing at all. And you're confused and you don't even realize how did I fall in love? Why do you think that happens? Where does it happen where you have a couple and then one just falls out of love without realizing that you've fallen out of love?
I think it's simple.
Why does that happen?
It's simple because there are things that amplify love, and there are things that amplify the opposite. Diminish love.
Thank you. English grammar.
What's rough. So if you are with somebody and the person is doing things that is making you lose love, that is making you not want them anymore, at the beginning you will try to hold on, but with time, you would eventually outgrow the person. And you see, when we talk about emotions and we talk about all of those things, Charlie, these things are not cast in stone. These things are not one day wonder. That's why somebody can meet somebody and then, like, I think I was having a conversation earlier
we were.
with her, and then we were talking about the fact that when you meet somebody, through the conversations, through the talks, through the whatever, the love grows. The love, even though there's attraction, there are people that there's no attraction and they want to force. That one is there. But there's that one that you meet the person, you can tell that I like this person. Then through the conversations, through the care, through the support, through all of those things, you gravitate towards the person. And if you say you love somebody, there's no communication. There's no show of love. Charlie, with time. With time, you get tired. And it becomes more crazy when you have other people that you even talk to. So if this partner of yours is not there, and I don't want to believe that's the situation you're having. Because if Selena is not present, and you see this female,
I think it's obvious
this
that's
best
the
friends of the
situation.
opposite sex,
Yeah.
see, it doesn't really work.
Cancel this in Jesus'
Even though
name.
it works for some people, but I think it's working for. I think it's working for.
I personally don't have a male
don't have
best
a
friend.
male
No,
best
I
friend.
don't. But
Okay.
I don't have a problem with people having friends or best friends of the opposite sex. I think that it just has to be boundaries.
Exactly.
And then respect. That's the most important for me. Because people find comfort and solace in people. You can't determine who you find your comfort with. You could have a partner, but you're not emotionally connected.
How can
and
you
that's
have a
what you
partner
said.
and not be
No, you said
emotionally- they don't have
sometimes,
the partner.
sometimes, you see, you're under pressure. You need to get married. You're getting to a certain age. And then there's this guy, you're like, okay, why not?
Yeah.
And then you sometimes convince yourself that I'll fall in love eventually. I think that in our generation, it's quite difficult.
Exactly.
But before us, people were convinced that just get married. The love will come eventually.
Because it was more of commitment.
Some people were actually getting married like somebody else will marry for you, Seth.
Exactly.
Like your parents, their money give you.
They've married for you.
Yeah.
On your behalf.
Yeah.
And then they tell you that just, in fact, it's something that is even practiced in India. For example, sometimes they don't even meet their brides until like 2-3 months.
Wow.
They meet the bride for the first time. But they try and do the background to see that
Exactly,
they are
to be sure that-
stable, they're healthy, all of that. But I'm saying that in our generation these days, that's not a common thing. And so I wouldn't marry anybody that I'm not emotionally connected to. But my problem here in this story is that Selena, she's the girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
She's not emotionally available. Daniel hasn't communicated to Selena that I'm feeling left out, I'm
Exactly.
feeling unseen. And he has started to fill in with Sandra.
Exactly.
Cheat.
And he's comparing Sandra to
He will
Selena.
cheat, oh. Do you know he will cheat?
I'm saying that they should just go ahead and date and let us rest because it looks like that's what's going to happen. Let's also bear in mind that usually when you start to date, it's very bubbly at the beginning.
Exactly.
But relationships do not come with challenges. Without
Without
challenges.
challenges, yeah.
You get it. So for now, even between Selena and Daniel, it might be bubbly now. All of the talk, the late night selfies, and it's because I'm not around, da 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 da. But Daniel had the same thing with Sandra just a few years ago,
Yeah.
and thought that she was the
Selena.
absolute Selena, yes,
yeah.
the absolute love of his life, and even wanted to commit to marrying him.
Yeah.
But over time, there's a drift, and that's back to just connecting how there's love, and then it's an OVE, then a VE, and eventually just an E.
Exactly.
So they are just on the same
The
path.
E even vanishes and then there's nothing.
They are on the same path. It's
Yeah.
dwindling down gradually. What can they do? Like you said, talk about it.
Exactly.
Just talk.
That's the first thing I'd always say. Just talk about it. I am a very outspoken person. I like to communicate how I feel and try and then get a solution. When I'm unable to get a solution, then it means that there's a big problem.
Exactly.
I can compromise, but it depends on the effort that I'm getting from you.
Exactly.
You get it. So the conversation was very necessary, but it looks like there was no conversation, and the girlfriend had to go and snoop around, and then she found something, and he's upset that she did the snooping around. I don't
But
really
I mean,
understand.
I think it's his fault that is snooping around. But you brought
Exactly.
out the snooping around, so let's get into this.
Okay.
With the snooping around, and what is happening? Do you think that the whole situation with Sandra and Daniel, which is like, as in Daniel talking to Sandra or his...
Sandra's the best friend, right?
Yes, Sandra is the best friend, his best friend or whatever. Do you think it sparked a little bit of insecurity when it comes to Selena? Is that what gave birth to Selena's insecurity?
No.
Duh.
You get it.
Yeah.
It's obvious that that's what's causing it. Probably there may be other factors, but
Okay.
the fact that you feel your man is no more laughing with you, he's not laughing at your jokes, he's doing all of this with somebody else. In fact, they're even sharing selfies. And he's saying that, oh, it's because I'm not around, you'll be lonely. I think that's extreme. I can't take that home. You get it? So I think that it contributes to the insecurity that she would feel, obviously.
Yeah.
Bottom line, I think, I don't know because I'm not an expert,
Yeah.
but I think that everybody wants to feel loved, appreciated, and secured in a relationship.
Yeah.
Sorry. The languages of love, there are so many. I think you'll be able to help. Physical touch.
Exactly.
Yeah, physical touch,
As the emotions,
acts
yeah.
of service, gifts,
Yes, affirmations as
affirmation,
well, and then
yeah.
quality time.
quality
So quality time. This is where I wanted to hit at. Quality time.
quality time.
You're not spending quality time with your woman. Eventually,
But I think that the
But in this story, is Sandra
No,
that is
so-
not spending the quality
no,
time.
so I
or-
think that in as much as Daniel has issues, okay, because you are relegating your girlfriend, somebody you want to marry, and all of that. But let's not neglect Daniel's emotions.
Daniel is not telling anybody.
No, Daniel has said that. Okay, so I think the issue, because Daniel did not state that he had told her, but the lady hadn't, didn't
He
do
brushes
anything
it
about it.
off. When
In the story,
the
he
lady wants
says
to
he
talk about it,
yeah.
he's
No,
like,
so it means that the lady comes up with the issue that why are you this
Talking to
close to?
So I
Sandra.
think this is a
And then-
perfect opportunity to start a
So
conversation.
it was a good opportunity for Daniel to say that, you know what, I
This
have
is
always
the
wanted you to
reason.
be there. You were not there.
I want you to sell me the selfie at night or when you go out.
Oh, those ones for they are. I think that those ones are serious. But if we baby nako baby. Now, if the communication had been right about it, so I think Daniel is the issue here. If the lady had brought it up, and Daniel didn't say that, you know what, you have not been there. You know what, I needed you today. I needed you, Dash. I needed you to help me with this. I needed you to talk to you and all of that. But you chose friends. You chose your work over me. Then fine. But I think that we need to address that issue. Because if you had the opportunity to address it, and you see, the truth is, you see, we are not children. The two of them, they are not children. They know. Every day I say that when it comes to relationship, the two people, they are not children. Daniel knows if he doesn't want Selena again.
I
He
agree
knows.
with you. I agree with you.
He knows.
Yeah.
The two of them, they know. We are not children. Oh. They know. They know. They should just be. I tell people that one of the things that we should all endeavor to have is the virtue of sincerity. Dinukrema ho. If you feel that it's been 4 years, because for all you know, Daniel and the best friend at some point had some bond.
Because,
Something small said go on.
Let me be
And they
ask you-
felt like we
Yeah.
didn't want the friendship to
Yeah,
spoil.
yeah.
So let's keep
There was
it.
a break.
Because in the story you heard that she used to say, I miss when we used to talk,
Yes.
how
So
we
it means
used to be.
there was a break.
Exactly.
You know?
So maybe there was something. And then they felt like, sometimes people feel like, oh, I like you. But I feel if we date, something will happen and we would end up losing the friendship.
Being
So
enemies.
exactly. So to be able to keep the friendship, let's not even go into a relationship.
Yeah.
You get it? So they are friends, but low-key, there are some sort of emotional attachments. So the two of them are just trying to do this thing. So eventually, Sandra might become the victim. No, not Sandra, Selena.
Selena.
Yeah.
You cheat, if you
Because what it
continue
means is that now because see, every guy that loves the girl serious, if your girlfriend finds out that Joe, you are talking to some girl in a way and I am not comfortable, the first thing you do is that you will first because you don't want to lose the girl.
Yeah.
So you first apologize to the girl. Then you will try to be, even if you don't tell Sandra, you try to be cutting things small with Sandra. Like Sandra will call you at the time. You won't answer the call because you feel like Charlie Selena who I'm better me. But in this case, I don't even get Daniel's insecurity. What makes you insecure? The fact that after you married her, she'll be coming through your phone every day.
Yes.
Or what?
Yes.
What is your
But
insecurity?
when you married her, when you finish marrying her, obviously she will come through your phone. Because there are times that me, like this, if I marry my fiancé, I'll tell him that he should answer some calls for me. But hold your thoughts there, because there's still more to come. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just getting started. This is still Broken Pen on MX24 TV. Remember that I love the fact that you're joining us through this conversation. But we'll be right back from this short break. When we come back, there's still more for you. Ladies and gentlemen, you're most welcome back to Broken Pen on MX24 TV. My name is Daphne Flashley. We've already had so many conversations, but there's still more to come. Also, don't forget that we're going to read your comments, okay? We're going to read your comments on there. And so keep sending in your comments on our social media pages, MX24G8, across all social media pages, and definitely is going to be read here. Please do something nice for these couples, okay? Their relationship is at the verge of being breakfasts. Exactly. Well, let's get into more conversation. We stopped at you. But I want to ask you this question. Some people don't have the art of communicating.
Okay.
And I think maybe it's also because of where they grew up. When, as an individual or when, as an adult, should you be able to say that I'm breaking this generational curse of communication and I want to do better?
Okay, so I think there's something I always say that as a human being, at a certain stage in your life, you must rebirth yourself. That is to say that you must unlearn and you must relearn.
Yeah.
Sometimes people try to make excuses. This is where I came from. This is how I was raised. These are the things I've been through. The truth is everybody has been through something. And somebody shouldn't be your healer. You are responsible for your own healing. Now, as to whether when, the earlier you start, the better. Because truth is, lots of people have lost great relationship, great opportunities because they didn't communicate. Sometimes restoration comes, but it is not guaranteed. So I don't know at what point you want to learn it, but from the word go, take up responsibility. Decide that I don't want to take this lane. I want to do this. I want to do that. And it would help. You get it? And communication doesn't always mean verbal. There's so many ways people communicate. So if you feel that for you, talking to your partner, like the way maybe Daniel probably hasn't been able to communicate, if you feel like, no problem, send a text.
I was thinking something else.
Yeah, send a text.
No. No way.
Sorry.
I thought you were not of mommy.
No.
Sorry.
Are you for real?
Sorry,
Okay. So, whatever it is, if it is your mouth, that cannot do. Send a text. Find a way of communicating. Find a way of communicating.
Daphne.
You know.
So you had it.
You know the innocent looking girl. Like the two of you sitting here. Bad girl.
Yeah.
You know, so find a way of communicating. Be that one person that would be able to put your insecurities, challenges, problems are caused.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, the life wire of every relationship is communication. If you guys are not talking, break up. There's no point.
Yeah.
It's that
yeah.
simple.
Yeah. Have you realized that when you're starting a relationship with someone, you say, "Oh, this my relationship that I'm doing with." Okay, let me make this personal. So my person and I, right? We have, like, when we started our relationship, we said we are never going to let the sun settle on
Anger.
our anger.
Misunderstandings. Okay.
We're never going to let the sun set on our anger. And we're going to always communicate. We're going to always talk it out. I've been able to do that here. But now let's take that to my ex. We used to say that too. We're never going to let the sun set on our anger. Brethren, the sun will set and rise.
And
We'll
then
have
still.
summer, winter, and rainy season. And then it hasn't been done. When can someone recognize that they've learned the art of communicating?
I think it's difficult to say that you have learned or you have mastered
The
the
art
art
of
of communication. Let's bear in mind that communication entails both body language, the verbal, and then you also said written,
Yeah.
oral. Yes. So it's difficult to master all. I'm somebody that, even if I don't use my words, you can see on my face how I'm feeling. So I'm giving you signals. I'm communicating even though I'm not using my words. Sometimes communication can also be the word is not coming, but confrontative.
Yeah.
You see, when you want to settle an issue, it's not supposed to be confrontational. It's supposed to be more engaging, trying to understand where the person is not clear. You know, you try and make it clear for the person to be able to appreciate and understand. So basically, that is what it is. And it will take people years. It will take you years. But I think that the bottom line is that you should be willing and you should be, as much as possible, be very clear about the things that you're saying. This is what I feel. This is what you said. This is what it did to me. If there's clarity, it helps people understand.
Right.
And once they understand, the same messages you are sending to the person is the same thing the person would understand or
Exactly.
appreciate. Otherwise, when it is not clear, there's confusion. Maybe a cabra focus here. Ambiguity.
Yeah.
Where you're saying one thing that could mean several things. If you're not hitting the nail on the head, then the other person might interpret it in another way that eventually the understanding would not be there.
Exactly.
But like you said, you and your partner have consciously agreed. And so there's effort from both sides. Probably your ex, it was one-sided. And that's also another very key thing with communication. It has to be two ways.
Exactly.
Back and forth. Feedback. You're giving the message, you're getting feedback. But once you're the only one giving message, there's no feedback. It's just repetitive. You are repeating the same things and there's no change. And it's draining.
You know.
Mentally, physically. And you can't survive in such an environment. And so I would say, yes, you can't be an expert in communication. But as much as possible, try and be clear.
And make the conscious
Exactly.
effort
Yes.
every single, even if you don't want to communicate, you say, like, for the sake of what we have going on, you dear, let me communicate.
No, but
And then the feedback. So
Yes.
let's just go back to the story before you come in shortly.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
When the girlfriend was trying to get the guy to talk, he didn't give feedback.
brush
Exactly.
it.
Yes.
Number one, he brushed it off,
So-
and then
It's
number
very
two,
important.
he said that she was doing too much.
No, but
You
so,
know?
so I think that I think my sister has made a very profound point. But we also need to look at the one thing she said. We need to look at the encoding and then the decoding. Now, when you are passing your information across, you are encoding. You are looking at how to pass the information across. And then after you've passed the information, the one at the receiving end is supposed to decode the message. Now, sometimes we pass on the message, our encoding is wrong.
Decoding or encoding?
No,
Encoding,
the
putting
encoding
the
is wrong.
message
As in
together.
putting the
Because
Yeah.
message, okay.
like she said that sometimes some of the ways of communicating is a bit confrontational. Now, if you are coming to me to communicate something,
And you are coming
let's look
like
at the how.
this.
Let's look at the how. Now, if you don't communicate right, the person won't get it. And the truth is, sometimes if you don't communicate right, the person automatically becomes defensive.
Yeah.
Because let's be fair, if I come to you and I mean
I won't
everybody.
even give you a list.
You're
here.
mean.
Yeah.
Automatically, you would also be defensive.
Yeah.
And once you become defensive, you've built your words. There's nothing I would say or do that you would get.
Totally.
But you know, so let's first of all look at the encoding, the decoding. Let's look at the how. If for whatever reason, and she's saying you don't have to be a communicator. We're not saying go to school. All these things are basic. I mean,
School of Communication.
we're not saying
Journalism.
we're not saying go to school of. We're just saying that just know the how. And
Yeah.
these things, our mothers were not so educated, but they knew how to say please, and it was genuinely please.
Okay.
Sometimes somebody will say please to you, and you know this one, this please.
This is please.
Please. Somebody will say sorry, no, that is sorry.
That's a very good
Like, take
example.
your sorry, keep
That's
your
a very
sorry.
good example
A
of
very
the
good
please and
example.
please, please,
Exactly.
please.
Yeah.
It's please,
So that's
but
a perfect
they're
example of
set
encoding
different-
and
yeah.
decoding.
And then decoding. Somebody
Like,
will
tech
apologize and tell them, Charlie, take your apology. It's like you're coming to insult me.
Right,
If you mean an
right.
apology, come the right way.
Yes.
So it's not just enough to communicate. Like my sister said, let's look at the how.
Right.
Let's not make it like we're coming to fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this
And
grounds?
clarity, the
The-
clarity,
the clarity,
yes.
yeah.
Whatever it is that you were saying, it should be very clear.
Yeah.
As much as possible, the person should understand what you're saying.
Exactly.
And that also goes back to the decoding.
Yeah.
So if you're using the form, you're very aggressive, it's conversational, it's more like, it's emotional. You package it in a certain way, but make sure that it is clear.
Exactly.
There are no other meanings that are coming, like
Exactly.
please, and then please. Obviously, it's a please, but
Yeah.
please means something else.
Exactly.
And even the way your face is when you're saying it. Yeah.
I see my own, please. Learn from the best. Anyway, wait, before we get into comments, I would like to ask you the last question before we get into the comments. Is this grounds for breakup? Let's start with you.
Well, I think they would first of all have to talk. But honestly, if you ask me,
This is grounds for
the guy isn't so willing. Daniel isn't willing. Because it takes two to tango. The situation is a simple situation. Your girlfriend goes through your phone, feels that she's uncomfortable about your best friend. You guys could have, this issue should not even come here. I think
Shouldn't come here.
this issue should not get a third person.
Yeah.
If you really want the relationship, what should happen is, Papa, we need to talk about this. I wasn't comfortable that you went through my phone because some people have personal issues with that, and that's fine. But then I feel that you could have spoken to me in clear language. You claim you were talking about it, but you were not communicating. You only came to me giving attitude for things I couldn't explain. And I also felt like, you know what, I had to be safe somewhere. So let's talk this out.
Yeah.
If the talking wasn't going to work, then they could go separate ways. But honestly,
Jesus. Oh my God.
from where the issue is and for the response the guy gave,
It's grounds.
being confused just because they went through your phone.
It's grounds for breakup. Is it grounds for breakup? Short, and we go.
I don't think that it's a ground for breakup, obviously. It's something that they can just rectify, yes. However, I have an issue with the fact that the besties were talking about the girlfriend. Making jokes out of it, like, don't get me in trouble with my madam. I have a problem with.
Are you
And that
serious?
is grounds for breakup.
Yes.
Like, if you and your
You're
bestie
laughing
are
in my
teasing me,
face.
that won't work for me
Yes,
personally.
very
But
disrespectful.
the whole issue about privacy going through my phone, I don't think that's such a big
That's
deal.
such a big
that's not
deal.
a big deal.
Anyway, we asked you. We threw the stories in there. There's a lot. Anyway, let's get into it. Now, we have Kisiwa_inspires, and she says, if you don't feel secure in the relationships, and I think you feel secure, and I don't think you feel secure in marriage.
It's true.
That's true.
She says it can only get worse. Girl, protect your peace, pack your load, and go. We also have this from Isme Joey. Now he says, I'm a man, oh, but girl, move on. Someone that truly loves you will come your way. For him to feel comfortable with another female friend, the love is not there anymore. Leave. Mental health is real, girl. And then someone also says, I beg, run, oh, my sister. Run. That's wink alone. Oh, the wink that he gave the girl. Exactly. Let's get into more. Now, someone says, this matter. It looks like Onusue Chinu because he's going through.
He's going through the same thing.
This matter. We have Denix_J says, I beg, leave. 4 years ain't anything. You think 4 years ain't anything?
4 years is a lot. I mean,
It's a lot.
But you can't compare an elephant to an ant. You can't compare 4 years to forever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Miss,
you still have the time to meet a lot of people.
Yeah. Miss
28
Quancy
old
says, let society rule your life and stay in a wrong relationship and carry it to marriage. Divorces go, this is pigeon. Let me see if I can tap into my pigeon side. Says, divorcee go attach your name, then you go bab. What does it mean?
So when they now call you a divorcee, that's when you will understand.
So it go attach your
Yeah.
name. Okay. Says, Yab Watman says, sister, he is waiting for you to call the breakup so that he doesn't take the blame. All the signs are there
That one
that
I
he's
agree.
no more
Agree
interested.
to.
So,
Yeah.
babes,
Agree
advise
to.
yourself and move on and heal. It's hard, but trust me, you will be fine. We still have more messages right here. Oh my God, you guys are doing well. You're sending in your messages, sister. Someone also says, you see this thing called boundaries, and people need to learn it. The boyfriend is that best friend is liking your man. Another person says, love is not enough. That's all I've got to say. Esinam says, why are you his girlfriend and another woman is his best friend? You're supposed to embody both. But what do I know? Let me be going. Yeah. I am Ken. Silla says, when a man gets cold over a simple question, asks and starts to give you attitude. When a man gets cold over a simple question, asks and starts to give you attitude, don't ask too much questions or question yourself. Just find your next way out. Now, more prekra too much. Everything is clear in your eyes first. It's clear in your face, yet you are writing
Have you seen a woman
paragraphs.
in love? It's
Hey,
difficult.
you know you're in love,
Yeah,
dear.
you
Don't
can't
advise
just,
me.
yeah,
Let me tell you something. Let me put myself on and say I was in love some time back, and then my ex's brother called me. We're on a 2-hour conversation, and he told me that leave my brother.
Oh,
And you want to tell
Do you
him.
know that I had to,
You divided the
I had
family.
to tell you that, baby, please, your brother said I should break up with you.
Put the jack or 2 feet.
See, I'm telling you.
What is it?
Then on top of that, when he called and he was asking, he called on FaceTime. I was standing by him. When he called, he said, "You told Daphne to leave me," and I was standing by him.
What happened to the relationship?
Oh,
Eventually ended.
No, but how did it end?
I broke up with him.
Now you get a breakfast or now he get?
Bro,
Who get a breakfast?
like a buffet of breakfast that was served to me.
So-
Kempinski
so the brother was
breakfast,
right
oh.
after all.
The brother was right. Oh.
but you see, today she won't
Chai.
do that again.
Well, I
mean,
know
lessons
better.
learned.
I know
Yeah.
better. Well, we have Sadie Smiles, and she said, "Don't follow society. Listen to your gut." Now, someone also says, "I'm 32. I'm 32 years with a female best friend while planning marriage. Girl, if he doesn't know his boundaries, you should take a different route." Now, because of marriage, that people go and come like water, that's what you're killing yourself for, madam. Please, it is a red flag. Move on. Someone is waiting to love and cherish you. Marriage is not everything. If it comes, it is a plus. Get busy,
Exactly.
upgrade yourself, and pick your
Exactly.
broken
I
self
agree.
to a higher standard where you don't need a man to treat you as trash. Someone also says, girl, it looks like all the messages are starting with girl.
Yeah, the advice is the girl calls yo.
Girl, don't make this mistake of trying to reach out to the lady, because it will torture you more if the guy can't be accountable and doesn't give you clarity. Give chance to others and live your life. Besides, you're not married to him yet. Your life shouldn't be centered around a man. Now, Amenyiwa says, how about her concerns about Sandra? How about her concerns about Sandra Avril? Keeping a best friend of the opposite sex isn't ideal. There's always some level of comparison, some level of attraction, some level of insecurity and whatnot. If you really love Selena, take a couple of steps back. I'm not defending her, but what if her distance is associated with not feeling like she's enough and all that? You could still have Sandra as a friend, but you need to take a step back. All this is communication.
It's just communication.
This is just communication. So even if you communicate with her and she'll tell you that maybe I've taken a step back because me too, I'm feeling insecure.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Exactly.
Just that one communication. Communication, COMMUNICATIO. I went to good school. Well, we have Jennifer Leah, and she says one thing is having a female bestie while you're dating, but your girlfriend should be your bestie. And yes, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have female friends, but there should be some limits to what you guys talk or chat about, because there's no single lady who really loves you that will be comfortable seeing her man give the opposite gender more attention than herself. And yes, communication in relationship is key. Communicate with her and let her know that you feel left out in the relationship, because for all you know, she herself might not even notice. If you give her enough reason to trust you, she will definitely, my humble take, Me says, listen to each other, work things out. She doesn't like your female bestie, then set boundaries. There's nothing wrong. Else you are secretly else you are actually in love with your bestie. I bet you get secretly jealous when you see your bestie with another man.
Yeah.
Bridge the gap. Relationship is all about sacrifice.
Exactly.
Miss Quancy says, keep Sandra, and I will advise Selena to have a close male friend too. Hey, this one there, it is a warning. If you keep Sandra, I will
I
allow.
would also have a male bestie. Simple.
Yeah. So she says, if you keep Sandra, I will advise Selena to have a close male friend too. And hey, if you decide to get married, this person was very, very angry when they were typing. So we'll keep it at
We'll
that.
keep it like that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've gotten to one part of the show that I'm very, very much happy about. Because if you're watching me, Selena. Yes, if you're watching me, Sandra, no, you are not my friend now. If you're watching me, Selena, and you're also watching me, Daniel, this is a perfect opportunity for you to come closer to the screens because we are here to give you look into my eyes, where we get to look into the camera and give our advice. So I'm going to start with you. Here is your camera. So you're going to look into the camera, talk to Sandra as if she's standing in front of you. Hey, Selena. And that's so that you also talk to Danny. Let's go.
Okay. Hi, Sandy. It looks like you're going through a lot, but I really don't think it's so much. It's something that you can manage. It's something that you can deal with. I would not advise for you to engage the bestie, like confront her or whatever. First of all, you'll be diminishing your respect. She will not respect you.
Good.
She will not value you. And it would even give you, in fact, it's just going to mess things up. So if there's anybody you need to talk to or deal with, it should be your partner. Like we have said, you should try and communicate. As much as possible, let him understand how you're feeling, what you would expect, how you expect him to handle your emotions or how you're feeling about the situation. And if he loves you, I am of the opinion that he will, as much as possible, try to work things out with you and set some boundaries between himself and his best friend. Otherwise, my sweetheart, at 28, you still have a lot of time to meet people who would blow your mind. And so, take it from me, run. And that's it. As for Danny, I don't know what to tell you. I just hope that you have the fear of God. Bye.
Look into your camera.
Okay, I think that to Selena, I wish I could ask you some questions, but I'm sure you can answer those questions, wherever you are. How far with the marriage? 4 years, I'll marry you. Are there some serious plans, or it's just talking to you that he's going to marry you? If there are no serious plans, Charlie, he's just using you. Trust me, because marriage has become the new bait. I'll marry you, and the woman is all in. But if there aren't practical steps, there are not serious, whatever. We are seeing parents. We are doing this. We are buying this. Because if he's 32 and he wants to marry at 28, you guys are ready to. 32 and 28, you guys should be married by now. There's nothing like. It's different if there's nobody. It's different if you guys are probably not ready. And if you are not ready for marriage, why then are you promising marriage? You get it. So I'm sure that if the marriage has just been a conversation and there hasn't been any serious steps towards it, I think that is a red flag on its own. 2, like my sister said, please don't go confronting the lady. There's no point. You have no business with her. If there's something to talk about, it should be with you and your partner. So please talk to him. If he genuinely, everybody should compromise at some point. If he genuinely loves you, he's not going to cut off the friend outrightly, but at least he will make some efforts that, once you're not comfortable with this person, I would make sure that I put boundaries such that you don't get uncomfortable. That is it. As for Daniel, we are men. We know. Just be honest with yourself. Danny, 4 years, I get it. You feel like you have wasted your time. But if you feel it's not working again, genuinely, you now be honest with yourself. Truth is, you guys know what you want already. Yeah, so Daniel, if you feel like, Charlie, this is not working again, I don't love her again, I don't feel like I want to do this with her again, yes, I get it. You feel like you're going to hurt her, but that it would be more painful to marry her and put her through more pain. It would be more kind of say inhumane to marry somebody's daughter and not treat her like the way she ought to be treated. So if you feel you are tired, please, it is fine. Make peace and then walk away. Selena, if he's not willing to compromise, please walk away and save yourself the stress, especially if the marriage process no start. It means that, Charlie, it is just mouth talk and you are not safe at all. Thank you. What is it?
Well,
What? Audio money.
So that's audio marriage.
Audio
yeah.
marriage.
Audio marriage.
Yeah.
I told you that this season of Broken Pen was coming back bigger and better, and we started with a banger. I'm excited about the rest of the seasons. There's still more to come. Follow us on our social media pages at MX24GH. Now, my name is Daphne Flashley, and I cannot wait to come back on your screens to save a relationship. Not just a relationship, to save a struggling person, someone who is struggling mentally. Okay? My name is Daphne Flashley one more time, and today I was joined in the studio. Rufina, the beautiful Rufina. I was about to say Rabia too. Like, I know, right? And then the ever eloquent MC Mikay. How do we reach you? I'm sure people watching you. Marriage is coming soon.
Marriage is coming soon.
And pie udra, why? Pie udra for free. Let's go, let's
And
go.
so we do corporate, we do social events. On Instagram, it's MC Mikay. On TikTok, it's MC Mikay Official. The numbers are 024-520-4155. And so all year round, we do corporate, we do social. All you've got to do is to please set us up, and then we'll get you sorted. Creating indelible memories always. Thank you.
Yeah, because you called him from here, we'll give you discounts.
Thank you.
Exactly. That's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. Because he gave his own. So you two, you want to give, but you don't do that. They'll
Yes, I
see
don't
you in
have a
person.
work
What of
number,
social
so-
media?
Social medias, yeah.
Yeah, social
Okay.
media is fine.
All right, so you can find me on all social media platforms at Her Majesty. Dimboey.
Hey, Her Majesty the Queen is in the
Yes,
building.
but on LinkedIn, it is my name, Rufina Dimboey Pwawuvi. And so I am an expert in communications. I do PR mostly. And I'm a public servant, so yeah, I only work for the government.
Yes,
Yeah, but
yes.
maybe I could consider you, so
Yeah.
reach out to me.
Reach out to us. Reach out to us. All right. Take care, my people. Peace.